Hi, welcome to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Buki Sheila, and today I'll be showing you how to draft a basic bodice pattern using Natalie Bray's method. This pattern is very important as you could make a lot of different styles from it. You could make dresses, blouse, jackets, corsets, and many other styles. Make sure to stick to the very end, and without further ado, let's dive in. You would need the following tools to draft this pattern: a pattern paper, measuring tape, straight ruler, armor curve, and French curve. If you have a pattern master, you are good to go. You would also need a pencil, but for the purpose of this video, I'll be using marker pen so you could see the lines clearly. Now let's talk about Natalie Bray's method. I went ahead to write out all we need to draft a basic bodice pattern out from the Natalie Bray's book so you could see the measurement clearly. So on the left side she has the standard body measurement, and on the right she has the proportion to guide us when drafting any of these bust sizes. But because some of our body measurement does not match or tally with the standard body measurement, so we'll be replacing the Natalie Bray's measurement part with our exact body measurement. So when we draft our pattern and make the dress fit us perfectly. So in order to do so, you need to take the following measurements: your bust measurement, hips, waist, waist length, back width, chest width, and your shoulder measurement. If you don't know how to take this measurement, I have a video on my channel on how to take basic body measurement. So a link will be on this video and on the description box so you can watch that video to take this measurement. Once you are done taking your measurement and you know what your bust measurement is, you go to the Natalie Bray bust sizes and check where your bust measurement falls into. So for me, I am working with bust 86, but on the Natalie Bray bust line there is no bust 86, so I don't need to worry. You don't need to worry yourself. All you need to do is to work with the closest measurement to your bust measurement, which for me is bust 88. So I don't need any of the bust 88 measurement. All I need is the proportion to guide me when drafting my pattern. I need the point O, the back neck width, depth of armor, back UP, and the dart measurement. So I went ahead to write out those measurements so when I'm drafting the pattern I can focus on one of the book. I don't confuse you by looking at both books. So I advise you to do the same as well. I also divide some of my measurement that need to be divided into half and 1/4. So you can screenshot the Natalie Bray charts on this video or check the description box for a link to get the table. Now let's start with the pattern drafting. I will be using the black marker to draw out all the lines and to label out some of the measurements, and the red marker to label out all the standard measurements. Please note all measurements will be in centimeters, which I'll be referring to as cm. So from the top of the paper, measure down 2 cm. Draw a line across using your ruler and label its top line. Measure another 2 cm at the left side of the paper and draw a straight line down, and this becomes the center back line. Measure the length of the pattern, which is 75 cm standard, from the top line and draw a line across. So I'm just measuring 75 cm across so I get a straight line, and I'll connect using my ruler, and I'll write down 75 cm at the side using the red marker so you know this measurement is standard. Next, to get the width of the paper, you need to add half of your bust plus 7 cm or half of your hip plus 5 cm. Whichever is the biggest, that's what you'll be using as the width of the paper. So for me, the width of my paper will be 54.5 cm. So I'm measuring 54.5 cm from the 2 cm line on the left side, and I'll draw a straight line using my ruler, and this line becomes the center front line. Now we have the top line, center back and center front line. Let's start with the back pattern. The first measurement we'll be taking is the point O measurement, which for me is 3 cm. So make sure to check what yours is. So from the top line, I'll measure down 3 cm, draw a line out and label it point O. Now all other measurements for the back pattern will be taken from point O. So from point O, measure down another 3 cm. This is constant for all sizes. I'll draw a line out and use the red marker to write the 3 cm at the side, so you know this measurement is constant. From point O, I'll measure the depth of armor, which is also the bust line. Mine is 21 cm, and I'll draw a straight line across to the center front line. This measurement can be found on the Natalie Bray's chart, so make sure to check what your measurement is depending on the size you are drafting for. Next, we need to get the back line, and the back line is the midpoint between point O and the depth of armor line, which will be 10.5 cm as the depth of armor is 21 cm. I'll draw a line out and write down the 10.5 cm, then label the 3 lines I've drew out under the point O line. The first line being the 3 cm I took down is the shoulder line. The next line is the back line I just drew out, and the third line is the depth of armor or the bust line. So I labeled it as the bust line. So from point O, I'll measure down the nape to waist measurement. For me is 38 cm. I'll mark that and draw a straight line across to the center front line. And I'll label the line as the waistline. Next, we need to get the hips measurement. So from the waistline, you measure down 22 cm. This is kind of standard for the average height. So, and I'll draw a straight line across to the center front and label the line the hips line. I'll also label the full length of the pattern as the full length, then use the red marker to write the 22 cm we took down because this measurement is standard. But if you are on the very tall side, you could take this measurement from your natural waistline to the fullest part of your hips to see what you get. It should be around 22 to 25 cm. Next, I'll be measuring half of the back width, which is 18 cm on the back line, and I'll connect the point up to the shoulder line and down to the bust line. So I'm just marking the same measurement on the shoulder line and on the bust line in order to get a straight line. On the shoulder line, I'll measure out 2 cm and just mark. This measurement is standard. Next, I'll be measuring the back neck width, which is 7 cm. So from the point O line, I'll measure out 7 cm. and I'll mark the point. From that point I'll measure up 2 cm. This is also standard for all sizes. Then I'll connect the 7 cm point to the 2 cm I marked upward, and the shoulder line to the 2 cm I took out. And I'll be connecting the 2 cm I took upward to the 2 cm I took outward with my ruler, just like this. Next, I'll be using the red marker to write out the measurements, because these measurements are standard for all sizes. Then I'll label the point. The 2 cm I took upward on the neck width is the MP, which is the neck point, and the 2 cm I took outward from the shoulder line is the SP, which is the shoulder point. Next, I'll be marking the back UP. Back UP means back underarm point. So from the point where the back width line touches the bust line, I'll measure out 5 cm and just mark. Yours might be different from mine depending on the size you are drafting, and I'll label the point as the back UP. Then from the back line I'll measure down 3 cm. This is standard for all sizes, and I'm going to mark the point. Then from the point where the back width line touches the bust line, I'll come out 3 cm at angle 45 and just mark. Then I'll be using the red marker to label the 3 cm I took down from the back line, so you know that measurement is standard, and I'll draw a line out from angle 45 to the 3 cm I took out. This is just a guide to draw the back armor curve, and I'm also labeling the 3 cm with the red marker, so you know that measurement is standard. Now I'll be connecting the 2 cm I took out from the shoulder line to the back line, and the 3 cm under the shoulder line to the back UP line, touching the 3 cm at angle 45. So I'm just placing my curve facing the right, and I'll be connecting the lines, making sure I pass through the 3 cm at angle 45. Now we have the armor curve. On the hips line, I'll be measuring out 1/4 of my hip measurement, and I'll connect the point to the back UP point, and I'll also take the same measurement on the full length of the pattern and connect the point downwards. We are done with the back pattern for now. Let's move over to the front pattern. For the front pattern point, all starts at the top line. I'll write that out. Next, I'll measure the width of the neckline, which is 7 cm. I'll mark the point, and that becomes the NP, which means neck point. To get the depth of the neckline, I'll add 0.5 cm to the 7 cm, which gives me 7.5 cm, and I'll form a square with the measurement. So whatever you have as your width of your neck, you add 0.5 to get the depth, and I'll write out the measurement. Next, from the top line, I'll measure down 4.5 cm. This is standard, and from that point I'll measure in 16.5 cm. This is also standard for adult pattern, and I'll draw a straight line from the 16.5 cm point to the 4.5 cm, and I'll write the measurement out with the red marker, so you know these measurements are standard. Next, I'll draw out a straight line from the NP touching the 16.5 cm point, and I'll label the 16.5 cm point as the SP, which means shoulder point. From the bust line, I'll measure up 4 cm and measure down 4 cm, and I'll extend the measurement out. On the top line, I'll draw a straight line, and on the down line, I'll extend the measurement to the back side seam. And as usual, I'll write out the measurements using the red marker, so you know these measurements are standard for all sizes. I'll draw out my green line, and next I'll be labeling all the lines. So the top line, which is the 4 cm I took upward, is the chest line. The middle line is of course the bust line, and the down line is the true bust line. I'll also label the waistline and the hips line. Next, I'll be taking 1/4 of my chest measurement on the bust line. My chest measurement is 34 cm, so 1/4 of it is 8.5 cm. So from the center front line, I'll measure in 8.5 cm on the bust line, and I'll mark the point, and from that point I'll measure another 2 cm downward. This is standard for all sizes, and that point becomes the nipple point. As you can see, I just label it with the red marker, so you know it's standard. And I'll take the same measurement on the top line and draw a straight line from the top line down to the 2 cm I took downward. From the SP line, which is the shoulder point line, measure 2 cm down. This is standard for all sizes, and connect it to the nipple point. Next, measure out the dart measurement. My dart measurement is 7 cm. I'll mark the point and also connect using my ruler to the nipple point. And I'll label out the dart and write out the measurement. Now I'll extend the chest line to the half of my chest measurement, which is 17 cm excluding the dart. So I'll measure out what I have on the dart space on the chest line, and I'll be adding the measurement to the half of my chest measurement. So when I close the dart later on, I still retain the half of my chest measurement. I just extended the line out, and that becomes the CP, which means the chest point. And I'll be extending the measurement downward to the bust line by taking the same measurement and connecting the point with my ruler. From the NP, I'll measure the shoulder measurement plus the dart measurement. So when I close the dart later on, I will still retain the full shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 13 cm and the dart measurement is 7 cm. That gives me 20 cm. So I'm going to mark 20 cm. And I'll connect the point to the chest point using my ruler. Now I'll find the midpoint on the line I just drew and mark it out. Then from the midpoint, I'll measure in 1 cm. This measurement is standard for all sizes. This will serve as a guide to get the armor curve. On the bust line, where the chest measurement touches the bust line, I'll measure out 1.5 cm. This is also standard for all sizes to get the front armor curve. So I'll take the measurement on angle 45, then draw a line out using my ruler. Now we need to get the front UP. Front UP means front on the arm point. To get the front UP, you need to add half of your bust measurement plus 5 cm and subtract the back UP. So to get the back UP, from the center back line on the bust line, you measure what you have from the center back line, just like I'm doing, to the back UP line. So whatever you have on that line, you subtract it from the half of your bust measurement plus the 5 cm, and whatever you have left, that becomes your front UP. So from the center front line, I'll measure in my front UP. For me is 25 cm. Now we need to get the front armor curve. So I'll connect the shoulder point to the chest point, touching the 1 cm we took out, with my curve facing the left. And from that point, touching the 1.5 cm we took out at angle 45 to the front UP. Now we have the front armor curve. I'm just writing out the standard measurement I took, which is the 1.5 cm and the 1 cm. On the hips line, I'll be marking quarter of my hip measurement plus 1 to 3 cm. So you could either add 1, 2 or 3 cm to this measurement, and this is only for the front pattern, please note. So for me, I'll be adding just 1 cm because I want the dress to be fitted on the hip line. So just in case, this is just to add ease to the measurement, and I'll be connecting the points to the front UP with my ruler, and I'll also take the same measurement on the full length of the dress and connect it downward with my ruler. Now I'll be extending the 4 cm through bust line to the center back line by measuring down 2 cm on below the bust line and connecting the 4 cm on the side of the pattern to the 2 cm on the center back. So the line is only straight on the front pattern, while on the back pattern is a bit slanted, as the center back measurement is 2 cm and not 4 cm. So now we need to get the front dart. From the waistline, I'll mark the quarter of my chest measurement and mark the point, and then measure the width of the dart. For the front and dart, the width is 3 cm, so I'll be marking 1.5 cm at each part of the measurement, and I'll measure up 13 cm and down 15 cm. So the total length of the dart is 28 cm, and with my ruler I'll connect the legs of the dart. And I'll be writing the 1.5 cm I took on each part of the dart with the red marker because it's a standard measurement. To get the back dart, I'll be measuring the quarter of my back width, and the width of the dart is 2 cm, so I'll measure 1 cm on both sides and repeat the same thing I did for the front. Up, I'll measure 13 cm and 15 cm downward, and I'll connect the leg of the dart using my ruler. Now I'll be connecting the back and the front neck curve. So on the back line, I'll go in 3 cm and connect the NP to the 3 cm I just took. On the front at angle 45, I'll come out 3 cm and draw a line out. This will serve as a guide to connect the points, and I'm just writing out the measurement as standard measurement, and I'll place my curve from the NP touching the 3 cm to the depth of the neck. Now we have the front and the back neck curve. Next, I'll be shaping the center back waistline by going in 2 cm standard for all sizes. This is because our back is not straight, and this will also help eliminate those puffiness you see on some dresses. So I'll connect the point down to the hips line and up to the back line using my ruler. Next, I'll be going in 1 cm on the center back line. This is also because the nape of our neck is not straight, and I'll connect the line with my curve to the back line, curve facing right. This is also standard. Try to do this so your zip relax properly. Now I'm just going to mark the basic shaping that comes with the pattern. So on the front pattern, you go in 1.5 cm, and on the back pattern 2 cm, and I'm just labeling that down. On the hip line, I'll go up 5 cm on both the front and back. This is also standard. If you're making a dress with a minimum shaping, like you don't want the dress to be very fitted to your body, then you're good to go to use the basic shaping that comes with the pattern, which I'll show you how to connect in a minute. But if you want the dress to be very fitted, then you have to measure what you have on the pattern and compare it to your actual measurement to see if there is any excess. So I'm just checking what I have on the back pattern and the front pattern on the bust line. And I have 47.5, and the half of my bust is 43, so I have 4.5 SS on the bust line. On the waistline, I'm going to check, make sure to exclude the waist dart when taking this measurement. And for the waist, I have 38.5, and my half waist measurement is 37, so I have 1.5 cm SS. So I'll be connecting the basic shaping that comes with the pattern first, so you see how to do that before doing the exact shaping I want, because I want the dress to fit. So now the 1.5 cm we took in from the front waistline, you connect the 1.5 to the 5 cm we took upward on the hips line, and you turn the curve over and connect the point to the true bust line. On the back, you would do the same thing, connect the 2 cm to the 5 cm we took from the hips line, and flip the curve over and connect it to the. I'll be labeling the pattern as CB and CF. You'll be cutting 2 pieces of the back pattern, and the front you could also cut 2 pieces depending on your style, but usually the front is cut on fold. There's a gray line on the center front to guide you on how to place the front pattern on fold. Next, I will be taking out the excess from the pattern. So I have 4.5 excess, so I'll divide that measurement into two and take it out from the true bust line, not the bust line, the true bust line. I'm going to mark that out. Then repeat the same thing on the waistline. Divide the 1.5 cm into two and mark the point. Then I'll connect the point using my curve, my French curve, to shape the pattern just like I did earlier. I hope this video has been useful to you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click on the subscriber button for more videos. And if you have any question, the comment section is always open and I'll be happy to answer whatever question you have. You can also connect with me on my social media at Sheila Colors on my business page and Bukishi on my personal page. I hope you're able to make this pattern and make a beautiful dress for yourself and tag me on them. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.